Okie dokie. I think we're live. Let's get this focused a little bit more. There we go. I think that's okay. Hopefully that's bright enough. So here we are. We are going to upgrade, modify, whatever you want to call it. We're going to take the single piece PCB off of the Clockwork 2. And we're going to incorporate a 2-piece PCB onto this Stealthburner. So I think I want to pull this camera over this way a little bit and just adjust this a tiny bit so we're more so looking just like that. Should be good. And we'll focus of the hair. We can see what's going on. Hey, Jeff Thorson. Hello. How are you? Welcome. And Pascal, come on. Coleman, hey, welcome. Good evening. I'm glad there's a couple people on here. I just decided I wanted to stream this, and I'm going to actually record it on StreamYard, and I should be recording it locally too. So there we go. Okay, so we're going to record this to make a video of it after. So we're going to take this 2-piece PCB and replace the single piece board on the Stealthburner. I've done a couple little steps in advance, but that's okay. Nothing major. So. And I am over on my other screen watching the video on it that Maple Leaf Makers did for it, just to make sure that I get the correct wiring sequence here properly. So the first thing we do is we're going to take off the little screws here for the fan. This is the part cooling fan, and I need the smaller. There we go. So we're going to take these off because the one piece of the PCB, 2-piece PCB sits in here. I'm glad somebody's watching. I just decided to go live. I want to record this, and I thought, let's just go live and record it. There's going to be somebody around. I got the day off. I took the day off, gave myself the day off today. So figure let's get a little bit of this done. And this may, and also I was having issues with the Clipper firmware. There was an issue with the thermistor somewhere, and thought it may be the hot end thermistor. So I figure if I just switch this all over, it's got a new board that the thermistor is going to be plugged into. We can eliminate the issue with the board, and then we'll just go from there once we get it all reassembled. So now the other thing I've done a little bit of is, because this PCB is going to kind of sit in here like this. Okay, it's got to sit in there nice and flat. So I had to trim off a little bit of the edge here so it does sit flat. Now I have to do a little bit more because there's still a little bit of a lip here. So I'm just going to give this just a little bit more. I put some electrical tape in there to protect when I cut the fan a little too open. So I put some tape in there to keep the air from escaping, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. So we're just going to trim a little bit more off of here. I want this camera a little closer so it's coming more back this way. There we go. That way I can have this piece a little closer to me. So we want a relatively nice flat surface here. We're trimming off a little bit of that gold here so that we have kind of a flat surface with the fan, which I think we've pretty much achieved right now. And then the other thing we do to help this sit flat, and I've done this as well, but I think there's one more I need to trim, is we have to trim the, on the back of this, we have to trim off the tips of these solder joints so that this can sit as flat as possible. I believe I got most of them. And you don't want to go too low with them. Well, you go low, but chances of them falling out are not. They've been soldered very well, but we want to make sure that we don't actually break one of the connections as well. Hey, I am upgrading from the 1-piece. Yes, I am. I'm actually following your video, Maple Leaf Makers. Thank you. I decided just to do this live. So we got this trimmed and flattened out. We've actually trimmed off a little bit of that gold piece there so that this can sit in there nice and snug, just like that. Okay. And I am just perusing through your video, watching your instructions on doing this. So that's great. And it's been very helpful. So now we have the PCB board sitting flat. You've trimmed off the plastic edge. You've snipped off the back of the PCB board. Now we get to do some soldering. So I'll bring this in here. Let's see if I can get this camera a little closer, which I think I can. Oh. Well, that's farther away. There we go. That's as close as I'm gonna. Oh, that's okay. That's as close as I can get this board in. There we are. A little bit more light. I'm just going to grab a bit more light here, because it's kind of dark. Hey, Tom. Hey, llama. Yes. And I guess I should heat up the soldering iron while I'm at it. Turn that on. So let me power on this light. See if I can get a little brighter here for you. And oh, that's a little better. That's a little better. So maybe my close-up camera too. Especially the soldering part. It's fun. You can watch me burn my fingers, possibly. So are we aiming down? There it is, right there. I don't need that light on this. So here we are here. And that's a little bit, no, this light make a difference? We can see that pretty good there. Okay, so I still don't like the light on that. I'm a little fussy. There we go. So I imagine it was annoying, these little wires, but I went ahead and got a no clean flux pen. So let's get this thing flowing here first. Whoa, that comes out really fast. Okay, so came out really fast. So let's just go ahead and touch it to the board. Like so. That's a lot. Oh boy, that's a lot. That came out of that pen extremely fast. Okay, let's get some solder on these. My soldering skills are probably not as good as yours were, but we're going to try. We're going to try. This is where I should actually use my little cheater. I cannot get a good image of this thing for the life of me, for some reason. The lighting is just terrible on this. Okay, anyways, let's just see what I can do here. Maybe that overhead camera was still the best idea here. Yeah, this is better that way. I'm not worried. The cameras aren't in my way, yada, yada, yada. And you can kind of see it, and I can actually bring this camera lower. And this is a much better camera for these kind of things here. So let me just, bear with me. Sorry, guys. Bear with me for a second here. There we go. Much better. Hey, Zilter, how are you? Okay, soldering iron is hot. So let's see how much I can mess this up. Now, do we have to put it on all of them? I don't remember. I guess it doesn't hurt if we do, but let me just check your video out really quick here. Okay, you flux them all up. And then you, 1, 2, yeah. Oh no, yeah, you just did them all, it looks like. Anyways, we'll get these going. We'll put a little bit of solder on all these. Do my best. I always get nervous when I solder that, gee, what am I'm doing it wrong or something. Or I'm not putting enough. Oh yeah, that looks fine. And one more. Okay, and then these ones. That's good practice if I hit every one. I think I got them all. Let me have a look. There's one that's a little bit shy. Probably don't need that one, but hey, let's get it right. There we go. Okay, we got them on. So we got the solder on. And then okay, then we're going to mount it in here. So we have already cut this piece out. We have snipped the back of the PCB board. So this is just going to get mounted in the same holes. So right here and here and here. There we go. Felt a bit short. But then again, I'm putting a PCB board in the thickness. Maybe I have to go a little longer with these, but I shouldn't. These should be okay. Maybe these were a little bit longer. Yeah, I think I got to go a little bit longer on these. Yeah, that's not even biting. Okay. So we're not going to put the screws that were in there already. They're a little bit too short. So let's see if I can get away with, what do I have here? Let's see what I got here that I can get away with. M3x6 button heads. Yeah, I was thinking M3x6. I have cap heads, but I got to see if I can find if I have any button heads in here. Button heads. Oh, look at that right there. Button heads. I think 6s will be fine. I believe there's the one that was in there. Let's just see. Oh, maybe it is an 8 that I need. Whoops. Hit my head on the microphone. Yeah, it might be an 8. I think these are, yeah, I'll need 8s. Yeah, okay. It'll be 8s.
Unknown caller.
Oh, sure. Unknown caller right in the middle of my stream. Come on. New York. I don't know anybody in New York, but I'm sure my social security number has been compromised again. M3x6. No, we don't want that. M3x. You know, one of these days I'll organize all these things into actual nice little drawers. M3x10s. M3x10s. M4x6. Okay, I think I have to go into my backup stash. There we go. M3x30s. I used a lot of button heads with the rat rig build and with the Voron 0.1 builds. So there's going to be something in here. What are these? What are these? M3x8. There we are. I knew there'd be some in here. I was positive there would be some in here. I could open a store with all the spare hardware I have. Surprise stream? Yes, it is, Gary. Well, sort of. I have the day off, and I just wanted to go ahead and get this Stealthburner rebuilt. So, yeah. Yeah. Surprise! Now, it would be a real surprise if I could find where I just put my hex wrench. Oh, right on the bottom of my magnetic tray. It's attracted to it. Okay. Here we go. Perfect length. Look at that. There we go. Okay. We have that part. Why did I just let the whole video continue running? You threw that in. Did you solder them yet? Yeah, you're going to solder them now, aren't you? Okay, I want to see where what goes. So that is your part cooling fan. Okay, so yeah, I have to get gutsy and cut wires like you did now. Okay, well, first of all, I got to get rid of this sheath. This is the part fan. Okay, cutting wires because it's so final. You know, when you cut these wires, it becomes like this is it. Come a little closer to me. So let's just do it. What the heck? Ready? 1, 2, 3, boom. Let's get rid of this. That's the part cooling fan. Okay, we're going to bring this. This is coming around, I assume, to one of these. That length is actually pretty good right there. So I can just leave it clipped in there and it can just come around. So we'll just go ahead and strip this. I got some new, where are they? I got some new and improved wire strippers. Those other ones weren't really doing much for me. So I don't need much, just a little bit like that. And a little bit. Come on. Helps if I get the right hole in the wire strippers. Just came in for some stripping session. Woohoo! Yeah, let's get the music going. Ba-da-da-da-doom. Ba-da-da-da-doom. Okay, we want this to be right there. This will work. Okay, that's not quite focused. There we go. So now I got to pay close attention. You stripped all the wires, didn't you? Of course you did. Hot end fan. It's going to go on this one here. Actually, let me zoom ahead here and see what goes where. Okay. Okay, so the red part of this one goes on the end piece. So let's get you out of the groove here so we can actually wire you. So you go on this one. Let's see how easy this is to do or not. We don't show tinning the tips of the wires because it's tedious, but I would recommend it. Oh, really? Tinning the tips and this? Yeah, okay, I could do that. It's easy to tin tips. Although this soldering iron, it's a good soldering. It's a Weller station. It tends to, if I don't use it after an inactive period of time, it cools down to 150. But the nice thing about this is it heats up extremely fast. So yeah, this is the Weller I'm using here with a station, and it heats up very fast. So let's go ahead and get some solder on the tip. Well, we're not quite hot enough yet. We'll tin these wires. We'll just do a couple sets at a time so I don't mix them up. Hey, 1977 All Out, how are you? We are just doing a modification to the, there we go, we're hot now. We're just doing a modification to the Stealthburner, putting a 2-piece PCB in it and testing my soldering skills at the same time. Come on, little black wire. There you go. Okay, oh, you got a little too much on you there. Okay, so we got these ones. So we got the red going in the end. Okay, the red is going on the end. Okay. Beauty. And then I believe the black. I'm watching your video here, so you better be accurate. And the black goes right next to it. I got a little too much tinning on this one. There we go. Okay, black right next to it. Okay. They look pretty good so far. Okay. Now we're going to take, we have a 3-part one, which is the LED. Now on yours, let me just see. Oh yeah, yours was red, blue, and black. Mine's red, white, and black. Okay, that's fine. So let's go ahead and just trim these wires. I want to see, I think these all go down to this next set of terminals on here. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna watch this for a second. If any of you guys haven't subscribed to this channel, go on over to Maple Leaf Makers here and give him a subscription. He's got some really good videos on some Voron upgrades and all sorts of stuff. So go ahead and check him out if you haven't. Okay. Okay, so we're going right now. We're doing the, what was that one you just did? I swear I need to get an eye checkup. Okay, so hot end fan. And we have 24 volt going to the red and black. Okay, fair enough. I see where we're going. So let's get the hot end fan one done. That can be snipped off. Oh gosh, let me pull that sleeve back a bit. We can be snipped off right about here. There we go. Just saw his channel yesterday. Cool. Yeah, he's a great channel. I'm glad I found his channel. He's given me some really good tips and ideas on what I'm doing here. Okay, so come on, get off there. Okay, get out of there. Okay, let's tin these up. What are you doing? What are you doing? I didn't tell you to cool down. Come on. Why are you cooling down? There you go. That's better. You're going the right way now. I wonder if there's a way to set the cool down timer on that soldering iron. There probably is. I just haven't followed the instructions. You don't have to stay awake to 3 a.m. to see me live. Hey, Antonio. Thank you. No, I took a day off today and decided we went out and did some shopping this morning and what have not, and just went to lunch and then decided, I'll come back and stream for a couple hours before I got to go pick up our little guy from school, and we're going to take him to the McDonald's playground tonight. Okay, so red. Oh, I'm tangled around my light. That will never do. There we go. So red. See if I can get away without the tweezers. Red. Oh, I think I do need the tweezers like you were using. That's smart. Where are my tweezers? Right here. See if I can get this to cooperate. Okay. Oh, that is a tight spot, isn't it? But we can do it. We can do it by pulling that down there, getting you in there, and there we go. I missed. Sorry, this is a tight spot. There we go. I think that's right. I think I got contact. Or do I? Okay, we did. We got the red down. Now we got to get the black down. I'm playing dangerous with my thumb, chancing I won't burn my thumb. And we got the black down. Okay, we got the red and we got the black down. It's not pretty, but it's there. Oops. Okay. And next, now we got to do our LED lights. Let's get that red and black kind of tucked away here. Now let's see where the LEDs are going. Black on the far right. Although they're all black. So I've got to, we have a 5 volt, a ground, a G, and an S. So I know the red is going to be 5 volt. G is going to be white, and S is going to be black. So they can cut off right about here. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is working okay. So these ones are going to be easy now because these are right over here. These ones were tough because you got to kind of tuck the wires in to hold them in place. So let's go ahead. Come on, there we go. Don't. There, stay in place when I move. Why are you? Hold on a sec. There we go. Just have to get this camera mount to cooperate a little bit. This is very professional, as you can see. Okay. Strip this little wire here. And the white one. And black. Okay, there we go. So I know we have red for 5 volt. G is ground, and S is signal. Okay, then the white's going to be the signal, I assume then, because red and black are usually power and ground. Yours are all 3 black, so that's a little, although, hang on, you do have color coding on yours in the form of a little shrink wrap tubing on it. But from what I understand and I've read before, white is the signal and black is the ground. So that's what we're going to go with. This is the LDO Stealthburner kit. Yes, it is. Yeah, white. Yeah, white. I agree with you. I just read that. Yeah, white is signal. Black is going to be ground for sure. Let's get these tinned up a little bit here. There we go. Okay. So red to the outside. I keep moving it out of the camera. Okay, red to here. I dare you to burn your finger. I dare you. much. Did I just... I don't think I did. I thought I might have had a bit too much solder on there and it went over into the black, but I think I'm okay. I'll check it with my cheating magnifier later, just to be sure. Black. And then the signal. Come on, there we go. Oops, I didn't think I was on. Come on. I have big hands too, which doesn't help. Okay. I'm not making contact with the board is what's going on here because of my big fingers, which is why you use tweezers, which I should be using, but I'm stubborn. There we go. That got it. Okay, let's just double check this. Oh yeah, we're good. So let's move the white around over this way. So we should be good. So let me show you, other than a little bit of a melted red wire on the one side, if I go over to my close-up camera and show you guys my fascinating, how come it's not focusing? There we go. Yeah, so I melted this wire a little bit. It's not going to hurt it. So we have our red, our black. Then we have our 5-volt ground signal for the LEDs. And then up here we have our park cooling fan, 24 volt and 5 volt black. So we're good. So we are all wired up. We be wired. And I never claimed to be the best solderer in the world. So there we go. Okay, so we have this done. Then the next thing we need to do is put these screws away before I drop them on the floor and step on them. There we go. And I believe after you get that all soldered up, then we got to replace the PCB on the clockwork too. So that's this guy that's on here is going to come off and be replaced. So we'll go ahead, we'll unplug the stepper. Actually, I might unplug it after. It might come off easier. So we'll just pop these out. Oh, wrong size. I believe you're this size. Not wrong size. Well, let me just get let me get the one I know fits, which is the lime green. Here we go. Okay, pop this off. Now we can pop off the stepper. There we go. And on this, we can reuse the same screws, and I can reuse the same spacer, as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll take this second part of the build. Hey, Brendan Wilson. Hello, hello, hello. Am I still, somehow, it's just my eyes, but because I have progressive readers on, and sometimes it looks out of focus to me when it's actually not out of focus. So we'll just go ahead and pop those bolts back in. We will be able to use the same size because we're not adding any thickness to this one. Okay, then we'll come around the back side. We will throw on the spacer like so. And we should just be able to pop this on exactly where the old one sat. Right about like that. Look at that, found the hole. And found the hole. There we go. So just like that. So that's basically replacing all of those. So that little plug is replacing those 3 fan ports that were on the other one. And that should, so this theoretically should marry up with this. Like so. There we go. Why does that seem like it's off a little bit? Okay, I'm guessing I missed one of these holes, or I need a shorter spacer. Maybe I needed a different spacer. Although I thought it was going to be the same spacer, but let me just double check. Maybe I need to turn the pins around. You fried a set of NeoPixels by misaligning the pins while installing. Oh, don't be us. Okay. So in other words, don't misalign those pins. Yeah, I just got to check and see. It didn't seem to line up too well. I mean, the idea is that this is going to boom right in like that. Okay, oops, sorry, boom right in like that. So that's where that's going to plug in. But it's got to be lined up pretty perfect. So I have a feeling maybe I've put this spacer in upside down. It's possible. I think it only goes one way, but I could be wrong. Let's see if I put it in this way, because it fits that way. That's probably no, I don't think that is the right way to do it. I think I had it the right way because you have that gap there to work your way around these pins so that you don't have those pins sitting against plastic unevenly. So this was the right way. That is the correct way. Okay. So let's try this again. Make sure we are lined up just perfectly here. Okay, we're in the hole. And we're in the hole. So the only thing I can guess if this isn't working is that spacer's got to be a little shorter, because when I plug this in here, and be careful to line up all the pins there, just like that. Oh, that worked. Okay, I was obviously not lined up properly, so that works there. That is lined up. It was a little bit off before. So I think I had I don't think this one was tightened down quite enough. And then unplug. Okay, we're good. Okay. So now we can plug the stepper motor back in. And that's at a little bit of an angle, so I'm just going to use some tweezers and cheat a little bit here. Get it started. Come on. Now the kit came with all the additional plugs that you could solder in, and this is just a little awkward. I could have plugged this in before, but there we go. Okay. So the kit did come with all these other little plugs for all of the other ones, but I've already done that because when I built this one, I had to resolder all the plugs to fit in there. So, which is the you're going to have the hot end. Where is it here? So we have the two hot end plugs that are going in there, and then then we have the clicky probe. It's going to go in there. I can always look at the manual. No, that's too easy. So here we have, this one's not being used for some reason, the LED. The LED is being powered through all this. There was no separate LED. And then we have an auxiliary. And this one here we have, okay, so we have thermistor, or hot end thermistor, auxiliary, and then I believe it was this one here. I'll have to double check, but I believe this one here is the clicky probe. Yeah. Manuals are overrated, Zilter. Don't you know that? If I take that light out of there, that's not so bad. I'm going to get this light out of my way. It's not really doing much good anyways, lighting up this piece, so I'm going to pull that light out of the way here. I think I'm done with the soldering iron for now, so let's power that off and let's just move it out of my way. Just clear some clutter for the time being. There we go. Okay. Let's get rid of these extra wires. Okie doke. Just checking to see if I missed any steps according to your video. There's your pinout, which I don't really need to know the pinout. NeoPixel data LED, FSERCF filament sensor. I don't have a filament sensor. So I've not, based on the instructions, I didn't end up using this plug at all. It was just all coming through this plug. So I don't know if I've been missing a wire. Anyways, we'll figure that out. I have to reroute a couple wires through those chains anyways. Ground is common for the whole two head. Yeah. The LED signal pin should be one of the two pin here. But I've obviously missed a step, and I can always fix that later if it's just an LED signal. Is the... Yeah. I have to check the manual, see what I did miss, because I don't have a wire running for this, and I don't have a wire for this. Let me check my wiring. Let me just check. Let me go back to the main cam here. This is all in front of me because it's all the close-up stuff, so I'm right up there. Actually, maybe this one will be a little easier to see what I'm doing here. Hang on one sec. Side of my head. Let's zoom out. Zoom. We don't need that. And then let's just sort of scroll down a little bit. Whoa, wrong way. I'm still not used to this camera. There we go. Let's just have a peek. What wires do I have left over? I wonder, is that a 3-pin? No, that's a 2-pin. Okay, this is NeoPixel cable. NeoPixel. See, I have these now. I obviously probably did miss something, but... Oh, okay. I think I see what I've done here. I think... What's this one? This is a NeoPixel extension cable. So basically... This cable here... I should have reconfigured a plug that's going on here. Or is that right? See, this is because this is 3 wires coming into this one. And 3 wires in this one here. And yet there's only 2 wires into this plug here. So I'm a little confused as far as this part goes. So, and mind you, this is just the NeoPixels. So I want to get that working. And we will get that working eventually. But... I have to do, obviously I've got to read a bit more on getting this going, but I can get the whole thing going and I can start without that for now. I can always fix that and add that wire, because I do have to add, I realized the other day or yesterday, I have to open up all my cable chains anyways, because I have to run this ribbon cable, which is actually longer than it looks. I have to run this ribbon cable down those chains, because this is for the this is part of the input shaper toolkit. So I have to run this down so I have my accelerometer connected up. So I have to rerun some cables down through that anyways, which is going to be a pain in the arse, but it's because they're all facing downwards. So anyways, we got a little bit of taking apart and putting back together to do anyways. But for now, I just wanted to get all the firmware and everything going, and I thought, well, since I'm having that firmware error, let's go ahead and ensure that my thermistor and everything are plugged in correctly. And hey, while I'm doing it, let's just go ahead and switch to the 2-part. Yeah. So the 3-plug wire was for the old Afterburner PCB with no LEDs. This one only needs 1 signal wire, that 2-pin connector. Oh, so don't run that flat cable into the chains. No, but that's got to go. Doesn't that got to go back to the Raspberry Pi? It's not meant to be permanent. Oh, okay. Okay, so we don't have a permanent accelerometer mounted to the Stealthburner then. Okay, I'm just understanding this stuff. Well, we'll figure it out. We're sort of jumping here, jumping there, jumping everywhere, but that's okay. Okay, so see, what do I know? First time building a 2.4, first time building a Stealthburner. Okay, so I think we've got everything on here we need. So this is going to pop onto here. Let's see. You are coming onto here. Like so. You guys are going to plug up into here. So we have the thermistor, we have the hot end. Now, I didn't get those mixed. The hot end is the red ones, 24 volt, 40 watt, and then the small thin wires are the thermistor. I'm assuming that I got that right. Yeah, that's got to be the hot end. The heater block is going to be the 24 volt, 40 watt. This one is going to be the thermistor. Because that error I was getting when I researched that error, it was talking about the thermistor wire broken and blah, blah, blah. Now, this is a Voron Revo, so the thermistor wire is built all right into here, is all built into here, and then we have a thermistor plug, and the wire looks intact to me. There's nothing pinching the wire or damaging the wire that I am aware of in here. If I have to eventually take this all apart again and double check underneath, I can, as a matter of fact. No, I don't want to do that right now. So you can mount it. It's just the cable. Oh, I get it. Okay, so we'll run that cable when we need to do our accelerometer or our input shaping, and then we take the cable off. Okay, good to know. But I will obviously have to eventually run this signal wire for the NeoPixel. So, okay, fair enough. Okay, well, let's pop this up. Let's get this close-up camera out of the way for now, because this is all built. I just have to mount this back onto the X-rail. Get rid of this plug. And I believe that's all I got to do. I don't need to worry about the pinout on this because this is already all pre-wired. The plug is up over here for plugging into that. Damn, I wish I'd have run that NeoPixel cable at the same time, but hey, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Okay, I'm just going to make sure I didn't miss anything on your steps here. No, we mounted all back in. We plugged that in. There's the NeoPixel wire that I didn't plug in. Thermistor, blah, blah, blah. And then that one on the far right is your clicky probe. Okay. So I think what I'll do is switch to this guy again. And there we go. We will go up and over. So that's kind of there. And then we'll zoom in. There we go. Kind of give you a view of what I'm doing right here. Okay, perfect. Now putting this back together, I took all the screws out. And do I remember exactly what goes where? No, of course I don't. I'm going to open the manual real quick here, because of course I don't remember where all these things go. That's a lot of screws. There we are. Just to pop open the manual here real quick, because I'm not that good. I don't have a photographic memory. I wish I had a photographic memory. I just have to log into my Adobe here. Okay. There we go. And we'll sign out my laptop. There we go. There we go. Manual's open. Yeah, I know. What do you want? I already signed out of everything. Stop harassing me. And let's come down to the part where we put the hot end on, because I just don't remember. I know all you guys do. You're going to say it's pretty obvious what you got to do first. Oh, come on. Okay, did I totally miss that section? Come on. There we go. Oh, you know why? Because I'm looking at the wrong thing. Damn it. You guys are probably... I can't see chat right now because I've got a different window open. Multimeter, you can check the thermistor with it. Oh, okay, yeah, I will. Just to check the continuity of it. Okay. Okay. I just got to go to the GitHub Stealthburner to get the, there we are. There's the manual. There we are. I just want to, and open it up. There we go. I'm a manual follower. I took it apart, but I didn't memorize how I took it apart. The beauty of it is I don't have to memorize how I took it apart. Come on, more pages. I really one day want to print these out and actually have hard copies of manuals. I like having hard copies of manuals. Why is my internet so slow? Come on. Wow. I seem to have internet speed connections today. There we go. You gonna let me go further this time? Oh, there seems to be a hesitation in the GitHub. Let me try this one. There's two. There's a high contrast and there's a standard one. I don't remember which one. I think I clicked the high contrast one to begin with, and it's stalling after about page 20. It's not loading anymore. Same thing here. There's obviously a problem or a slowdown somewhere. Anyways, I can probably wing this because I think it's pretty obvious what goes where. I know this comes up here, and I know this goes about right about. Still have that screw in there. This comes up here. My clicky probe wire comes out here. And this guy slides in right there. Okay. Who needs a manual? Right? And then, yeah, it's still not loaded. My key thing is I want to remember the I can pretty much figure out where everything goes. It's the length of the bolts that I'm concerned with, using the right length bolts. And this one goes in here, and that's probably too long. Oh yeah, that's too long. Or is it? Yeah, it's too long. Caller. Stop disturbing my stream, unknown callers. 855 number. I have no idea who you are. Come on. I know that bolt's too long. Get out of there. There we go. You're the M36 or the M38 that wants in there. GitHub's been doing that. It's still spinning. It won't load the pages. Still spinning now. I'll figure this out. No big deal. I've got to put the cover on this yet too, but I'll do that after I get all the wires on. So we'll go ahead and we'll plug in the clicky probe wire, which is right there. It's a probe wire. I can actually plug in the bundle here. Come on, line up. There we go. Now I can actually, no, it's easier. What did I do that for? to unplug the bundle. It's easier if I put the chain back on before I plug the bundle in, because it's easier to access those two screws. There we go. Because the wires cover those screws. Man, I'm going to have a tough time running that one wire down this bundle, although I can probably do it a loop at a time. It'll just take a bit of patience. It's doable. I've learned patience. Building this, the rat rig, the 201s, has taught me a lot about patience. It's been pretty cool. Okay, so that's on. We're going to do the thermistor and the hot end heater here. So these ones slot up and in, I know that. So these are going to come in underneath, like so. Like this. And then this slots up in those two screws, just like that. There we go. Those get held on by, I think they get slotted up. Oh, and then I think I put these long guys. No, the stealth. That's why I don't remember whether that's just held on with the Stealthburner. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, and then the screws go through the Stealthburner, and then that's what holds these on. So right now these are being held in place by the friction between those two bolts. Daytime Tim, it's going, buddy. Hey, printer team 5130. Okay, so let's plug in. We're going to go ahead and plug in the hot end, the heater, with my little fingers here. Man, this is tight. Tight. Man, that's hard. That's so hard to get at. Okay. A little sensor cable's in the way a little bit here. Come on, get in there. Get in there. Man, that's a tight fit. Okay, we're going to make this work. It's just a very tight fit in here, guys. How's it going? It's going good. Okay, except I can't get this friggin' plug in. Okay. Let's take this one out. Okay, we don't want to take the whole thing out. I hate when that happens. Oh, wow. Okay, well, we can fix that after. Got it. Thermistor in. Can I fix this? I got to be careful with this because the whole the female thing came out, or whatever you want to call it. Pulled right off the board. No. I better get this plug out first. That happens a few times where you go to unplug it and it just pulls right out of the whole board. There we go. So yeah, this piece here pulls right off the board. But carefully, it can go back on, making sure not to bend any pins. Just like so. And then we plug that back in, and now we do the thermistor. Wow, these are just very tight. Tight. Okay. come in and under. Patience, patience, patience. And wow, that's very tight. Oh, absolutely. Am I not following you? I apologize if I'm not. I should be. You're right. I will do that for sure. As soon as I get this thermistor in, I promise I'll do that. So that could be a week from now. No, I'm kidding. I just need to get my hands under here. And I think, oh no, I missed it. Huh. Why does that not want to go in? And the heater cartridge just popped out. It wasn't in obviously properly. I just need to take a break for a second. So basically what I'm dealing with is I can show you guys where I'm at here, and I believe this camera is working. So yeah, so right in here, I need to get this thermistor wire plugged in right under here, and I need to get the heater wire plugged in here, and I need to plug the thermistor in under here, but it's very tight fit. Very tight fit. So it just takes a little bit of patience to do that. Then I got to kind of maneuver this sensor, this probe wire, so it's kind of not in the way of those. I wonder if I can come up in between those with this probe wire, just to kind of get it out of the way for now. Yeah, I can kind of do that. It's out of the way. So I got to come up here with this, and it's got to get underneath. I just can't quite get it. So anyways, so what I'm struggling with. Okay. Let me not worry about the camera for a minute, and let me try this again. I'm going to take my Geek Hat, because it has a light on it. I'm going to get a closer look at what I'm doing here. Okay. They almost seem lower down on the board. And they are. I'm assuming they're the same kind of plug as that last PCB I had in here. They've got to be. Okay. I cannot fit that in. Wow. Okay, Pascal, thank you for popping in. Good night. Sounds weird saying that at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but good night. Okay, I have to take this apart and check it. So let's pop this down. Something's not fitting. I suspect it might be, maybe it's a different kind of plug, and I had to wire a different kind of plug in. It's what I get for not reading instructions, but I don't know, but we'll see. Let's just take this. I'm just going to pop this off and see what's going on. I'm probably wrong, but hey, don't try, don't know. Yada da 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 da. At least this way I'll be able to let's see if these actually go in here or if they're a different style plug. No, they go in. So, no, they don't. It's a different style plug. It is a different style plug. Let me see what we have. Oh, we don't want that one. We don't want that one. Get off of my head. There we go. Just going to see if what I think that's a different style plug. I may have to rewire the hot end and the thermistor, the heater block and the thermistor. I'm just going to pour out the we're just going to have a look at the hardware that came with it. I looked at it, assumed it was the same plug, but I'm obviously mistaken. No, it should be the same. Yeah, that's the same. So what I've got on the hot end and thermistor right now, they're the same. Okay, so what the heck? They're the same, so I don't need to worry about any of this stuff. So what the heck is going on with this? It's got two, it's like the it's like there's supposed to be like a little bump here for this to go on, but this has the little clip on it as well here. So you see what I'm looking at here? That's kind of incompatible. And then the ones that come with it to put on it are pretty much the same. So that you're going to run into the same issue with this one. When you put it on, it's not going to go on, you know, like, see what I'm seeing? So I don't know. When I watched your video, Maple Leaf Makers, did I see, did you have anything different on there? Where did I put your video? There it is right there. I just want to see what your plug looked like. Let's just see. Let's have a peek here. Yeah, okay, so the plug on your board, or is there a plug, or is this plug already? Oh, you know what? This is embarrassing. Okay, I just realized, you know what? I just realized they've installed blank plugs on here. Okay. Now I'm really embarrassed. They installed blank plugs on here, and I didn't realize that they had blank plugs on here because it already came with blank plugs. So take this off, and I now have 4 blank plugs. Okay, anyways. I feel embarrassed about that, but hey, it happens. So I'm hiding behind my cameras because I'm embarrassed about that. Okay. I think I know what we can do now. Okay. Well, I thought that is weird that they didn't fit so well. Anyways, it is what it is. I am who I am. I never claimed to be perfect. I'm not a perfect person. Is that a song? I think that's a song. Can you come up around here? Can you please, or is that where you slot in and I just interrupted the slot part? I did. You slot in right there. You've got to come under there. Now we're good. I embarrass myself a lot on this channel by doing silly things like that. A blank plug story to tell. I looked at it and said, oh, it comes with blank plugs. I don't need those blank plugs because I've already got plugs in here. Little did I know that it came with blank plugs that were already plugged in. That's okay. Oh, well. Here, get out of the way a little bit, microphone, and then I can tilt you down this way and you can still hear me and you can see what I'm doing. Oh, I'm just a little embarrassed. Just a little bit. Although if I don't get embarrassed by singing on stream, I shouldn't be embarrassed by something silly like that. Okay. Everybody has a blank story to tell. You know, I'm a pretty technical person. I usually, I can usually figure things out. I'm usually the obvious I can figure out, but sometimes you just have this moment where it's like, I don't get it. And that was one of those, I don't get it moments. Why? You are a little bit loose. This one screw seems like it came a little bit loose here. There we go. There we go. That's better. Okay, now. Still tight, but it's going to go. Get under there. Come on. Oh, jeez. It's still tight for my little finger, for my big fingers. I just need to cheat with some tweezers here. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yay. Hot end. Heater cartridge, done. Thermistor. Actually, we can check the continuity of the thermistor. Let's just do that while we've got this open. Let me grab my meter. Where's my meter? We are on continuity test. Let's give it a test. Do we hear a beep? Or did I leave that on and burn my battery out? Ah. Always something, right? Never leave your meter on and burn your battery out. It's the first time, actually. Let's just hope it's a nice AA or something that I can just turn around and get one, because I have one. Pretty sure these are AA's or AAA's, one of the two. Another milestone. Well, I made a promise after I got that. Oh, no, I got them plugged in, so I will. So I'm going to go to Printer Team 5130. I made you a promise. Printer Team 5130. Why can't I find you? Are we speaking YouTube? Oh, you're on Twitch. Okay, Twitch. Right. Okay, Twitch. There we go. I keep forgetting I'm dual streaming. We are now following you. Yes. Oh, it's a 9-volt. Even better, because I have lots of 9-volts. It's one of those batteries. Oh, head hit the camera. It's one of those batteries you buy at Costco. You buy a bunch of them, and you don't need them for much other than smoke detectors a couple times a year. There we go. But I think this is the first time I've actually had to put a battery in this in probably 2 years or more, because I obviously forgot to turn it off. There we go. Was that not thrilling or what? No problem. I like to support the community and everybody. There we go. Now we should hear a nice audible. There we go. Let's check the thermistor for continuity here. Oh, wrong camera. Oh, hang on. How do I... Okay, well, we're not shorted. Sometimes these probes can be too big. And I can't hold anything in the right place. No, I can't get that in there. These tips of these probes are way too big. Let's just move along. I'm sure it's going to be good. I've wasted enough time with my foolish rhetoric. Yeah, life without Costco. Can you imagine? I live at Costco. You have 9 machines running on Twitch almost 24/7. Oh, cool. 5 of them are Deltas, but a rat rig is on the short list. Cool. Yeah, I got to get my rat rig updated. I got to put my 3.1 upgrade in, and I'm going to reprint all the parts with Polymaker that they sent me. Okay, so let's plug the thermistor in. Now that we've fiddled around enough, I'm going to use my tweezers to cheat here again. Just hard to get my little fingers, my big fingers in here. There we go. Thermistor's plugged in, probe plugged in. Okay, so we have that in. Let's get the cover. Where did I put my cover? There it is. So we're going to put the cover back on here. So the cover, I have to, well, no sense putting the cover on yet. I still have to figure out that, although I got to put the cover on before I Yeah, that's okay. I still have to figure out that NeoPixel. Let's just do it. Let's just put the cover on. It is this one here coming through. Oh, that was not the way it was supposed to go. Get out of the way, extruder wires. Ah. That is not the right screw for that. That is way too long. It's got to be this one. Yeah, that's the right one. Why do I feel that's too long as well? That is, talk about overkill on a screw. Holy crap. But that was the shortest screw I had left. There we go. And where's that M36 that I had lying around here? Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to worry about covering that. We got that on. I can screw that in after. Okay. Now we'll put the Stealthburner on. Make sure we line these pins up just nicely. Come on. It's got to be right because it's lined up in there perfectly. It's got to be right. These are the 50s or whatever they are. I think they're 50s. We'll even fire it up and see if I short anything out. Okay. It's actually not a hard hot end to reassemble. It's just a matter of remembering which screws go where. Okay, something is wrong. Okay, I missed something. There's that gap is there that was always there last time. So something is wrong. I remember that gap from last time. Something is not sitting properly. So pop this off. That's nice. You are not up there properly. Why? There we go. I didn't quite have this hot end sitting up high enough on those pins, and it was forming a gap in behind it. So I did that the first time too. That looks better. Live and learn. Actually, what I've been doing, I want to try, I got these new bits in this new driver. I want to try this. I want to try my new toy here. That is a 2.5 millimeter I'm running there. And I believe this is the 2.5. Right here it is. We're going to use this new little driver I got. Let's see if this works. Oh, much quicker. I like that, especially for these long screws. I like that. There we go. Oh, much nicer. Why is the top out now? They're not too tight, I know that. Always lots of fun. What is causing that to... Nothing. Okay, I think it's just me being paranoid. Why do I have a spare screw? This is comical. That's why I want the instructions. I think I missed putting a screw in. I have a spare screw. I shouldn't have a spare screw. I should not have a spare screw. Did I forget? Did I forget a screw in here? I don't think I did. It's only got the two holding it on. This one and this one. There's nothing up here. I think I'm being paranoid. It's called newbie paranoia. It looks fine when I tighten that down. It could just be, yeah. I think I'm just being paranoid. For some reason, I seem to have a spare screw. Pretty sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, well. It looks like it's a spare M330. I think they're 30s or 20s. I don't know. Anyways, it's a spare. Who knows where it came from? There we go. Okay, it's all on. Looks good. Okay. Anyways, I found these. I had this. I got this really cool cordless. It's a 3.6 volt lithium ion screwdriver. Came with only standard tips, but I found these nice metric hex tips. They go from 2.5, all the way up to 6 at my local electronics store yesterday. And I thought, well, $14 for 6 tips. What the heck? And it works perfectly with this for that. So, because my other cordless, my other little mini screwdriver cordless that I was using, it quit. Like it skips. The motor burnt out. It was too cheap. Had no torque to it anyways to begin with. So this is a pretty cool little set. So especially helps on those long screws because you kind of get like anyways. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm gonna fire it up. I'm going to plug it in. Where's my power outlet here? My power. We're going to plug it in, and we're going to see if we can fire up Clipper again, which is fired up. See if I still get that same error. So, power's on the other side. So let's go ahead. I'm going to, let's open up. Let's go on this. Let's just go on this screen for you. That's still spinning. So if you look at right here, it's still thinking. It still wants to load the page on GitHub. It still hasn't let me go beyond this to look at the rest of this Stealthburner manual. So, but yeah, as I say, manuals are overrated. Who needs them? So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go on this side, and we're going to actually turn the power on. Wish me luck. And on. No smoke. Nothing going on the hot end. I'm going to check and make sure the hot end's not coming on. Now, what was happening before when this powered up, get out of the way, microphone, is this fan was coming on. So right now, as of now, this fan is not coming on. But let's see what happens when the finally fires up on the Pi. This is the spare screw I was talking about. I don't know where that came from, but who knows? I have screws lying around all over the place here, so it doesn't surprise me that I found a spare of something. So we'll see. We'll let this fire up because the display is lit up. You can't really see that. I can lower this just a little bit for you. So I don't know if you can tell, but the display is lit up. There's nothing showing on the display because it hasn't been configured yet. I'm just going to do a little switcheroo in a bag here for a second. I got a spare NeoPixel in there, and I just want to put all these little parts away that I pulled out earlier. So let's see. Let me fire up Clipper right now, and let me see if I get that same error, or if I fix something by doing what I did there. So let's go ahead over to display 2. And let's just open a new window. And I happen to know the IP of this is 10.0.0.222. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, same thing. So there's something going on. And it's basically, you can see the error right there. I think you can read it. It basically says, sell your Voron to the cheapest bidder. No, it doesn't. It says MCU shutdown, ADC out of range. This generally occurs when a heater temperature exceeds its configured min temp or max temp. Once the underlying issue is corrected, use the firmware restart, blah, blah, blah. I have researched this and I cannot figure out what's going on here. So this is my current delay in getting this thing up and running. You will buy it. I bet you will. Are you in Canada? I shouldn't say that because you probably are. So I don't know, because if I go into so the first thing when I saw this, I thought, okay, configured min temp or max temp. Now, as far as I know, when I go into my printer config and go to my hot end, Z-stepper, where are we here? Extruder. My min temp is set at 0, which is, I think, is standard. And my max temp is set at 270. It is a Revo. Now, I'm wondering if there's an issue with the Revo thermostat. You would trust sending your money off to me, unlike many others. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. But I really don't want to sell it. I want to work this problem out. So it is a Revo. Now it's using sensor type is ATC Semitic 104NT-4-R025H2G, which I read is the proper setting for a Revo thermistor. So the only other thought I had was, is it the bed? And the bed, again, min temp 0, max temp 120, thermistor type generic 3950. Did you change the thermistor type for the Revo? I left it like it is. Now, I don't know if it has to be something different. So let me look it up. So if I go to the Revo and I go thermistor setting for Revo Voron, and I think that's what I looked up. Changing to correct thermistor type in printer config. I went on Reddit. Where did I read it somewhere? The Revo uses a 104NT, so the correct type is AT Semitic 104NT, blah, blah, blah. So that's where I looked as far as for the Revo goes, and that's what it is set at. So unless there's a different type of thermistor I need to set. Okay, let's see. ATC Semitic 104NT -4-RO25H42G. Do I have to add that pound E3D Revo Voron hot end? No. That's what I've got as sensor type, Zen. I don't know if I know it's hard to see, but it's right here. You use generic and it works great. Now, is that generic with the Voron? With the Revo, sorry? With the Revo? I can try switching it. It's not going to hurt it. What would the generic type be? Oh, you run different tool heads. Okay, I get it. Thermistor on the board, and make sure you have good connection. What thermistor on the bed is set as generic 3950. So Zelter generic 3950. Let me try that. What the heck? What's it going to hurt? I can always go back. So I'll take this, I'll cut it, and then I'll type in generic 3950. And let's just save and restart and see if I get the same error. And here we go, initializing. Oh, see, it goes to the main page for 1 second, shuts down. And then we get, yeah, same thing, same error. Okay, so we'll just switch that thermistor back. Same error. We'll switch it back to what was there. Save and restart. It's going to give me the same error. But if you notice, if you watch real quick, any second, it's going to start. It's going to go to the main screen, and then it's going to error out. Right there. See, it flashes, boom, and then errors out. So it's something to do with the thermistor. Double check all connections. Yeah, I double check my connections, but I'll try it again. So we just did the connection on the hot end because we just redid that to the 2-part PCB. Interesting that the fan's not coming on now, whereas the fan came on full time last time. So let me power this off for a moment while I turn it over. So let me go ahead and, which side did I lay it on last time? This side should be fine. Let me just lift it because this beast is a bit heavy. Unplug that plug. Let's lay it down without pinching the wire. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and double check the thermistor. Thermistor connections. I checked that it is in the right plug. So let me, if I can get a light on this situation, I'll just show you guys what I'm looking at. Dun, dun, dun. I've got another 3:30, 4:30, another hour. I got to go pick up the child. That's good. Okay, so if I go to here, go to my mobile cam, and if I actually focus the camera, there we go. Okay. So there's two things to check here. We have thermistor, hot end thermistor is right here. Okay, and this was a pre-made wire. Now I'll just double check to see, make sure there's no issues with the wiring. And then the hot end thermistor goes up into here, which is, I just got to figure out which one it is. Chamber thermistor. Thermistor 0, I believe, is the hot end. Heater 0. End stop. Yes. Y end stop. And X end stop. So there's a thermistor right there. So there's the other end of the hot end thermistor right here. So there's a hot end thermistor cable. The breakout board underneath too. Yeah. So here's underneath the breakout board. Oh, I see what you mean. Make sure that there's not a loose connection on the breakout board itself. Okay. Here, come on. What's going on here? Stop turning. Like, stop turning. I'm serious. There you go. So here we go. So there's the hot end thermistor cable here. So the cable looks fine, but again, let's just make sure that there's not a break in the cable between the thermistor and the board, or between the breakout board and the main board. Let's do a connection on that board. Yeah, okay. So we will, first thing I'll do is check the cable. I wish I had smaller, I really wish I had smaller pins on my meter. That's the white one. Okay, we're good on the white. Process of elimination, right? Black. I'm trusting these cables are fine, but hey. It's really hard to, there we go, hold that in place with one hand. Okay, cable's fine. So the cable's fine from there. So now I want to check. I should check from the breakout board to the hot end, see if we have a connection there. That's going to be a little tricky, but let's just do this. It's a little easier for you guys to see while I'm doing this. So let's go ahead, and on the hot end, I wonder, oh, you know what's going to come in handy right now is that pinout diagram that was on that video I was just watching. So where did I see that? Right here. So there's a pinout diagram for that plug. So Looks like the hot end thermistor is the bottom one. No, that's the hot end heater. Thermistor signal TH0. Thermistor V ground AGD. So that's sort of in the middle. So I can use that. You're printing for the first time today on a newly built Voron Legacy. Oh, cool. Very cool. So let's go down. Let's unplug this. Let's go ahead and unplug. Oh, come on. Oh, we got the umbilical cable unplugged. So now I have to figure out which one on that was the, so we have the lock up top. So let's put the lock up top. I should have left it plugged in because I can actually connect. No, I can't. It's going to be easier this way. Might be easier this way. It'll be easier. Let's plug this back in here. Oh, which one did it come out of now? Damn. Helps if I remember where I pulled plugs out of, you know. Especially when I can't see worth squat. Which one's the thermistor? TH0. So it's the one right above, right where I thought it was. Okay, right there. So I can actually use this end of the thermistor wire now with my meter. I just have to, this is the fun part. Okay. The fun part is being able to hold this on this. Come on. I don't want to have to bare any wires or nothing. This is where I need two people. Progressive lenses. And let me just quickly see if I'm getting a signal through here. Yeah, there we are. Okay, so I got a signal through here. So this is going through the breakout board. Okay, and that is the where it should be. TH0, yes. So let's check the black. So what I've done is I've plugged the cable. I've unplugged the cable from the main board, plugged it into the breakout board. Now I'm just checking continuity between the plug and here. And yeah, so I've got signal. Okay, so I got signal between the breakout board and the hot end. So that's good. And that's the hot end thermistor. Now it doesn't tell me in the error. It does not tell me which. Oh, it's got a connection failed. No, I can't see it. But it doesn't tell me which thermistor is having the issue. It could be the bad thermistor for all I know. So I know we have a signal up to here. Now, again, this board. Is there an issue with the plug on the thermistor here? It could be so many things. But let's just, I guess we have to take it a step at a time. How easy is it to unplug this thermistor right here? So let's plug this back in. Okay, so we got the umbilical plug back in. Let's remove the thermistor wires here. There we go. Now I'm going to check. Now what I'm going to check is I'm going to check, get out of the way, microphone. I'm going to check the PCB here, the first PCB here, where the thermistor plugs in, and see that I get a signal again from the breakout board to the plug here. So the breakout board plug seems to be working because I'm getting a signal all the way through down into the hot end. Okay, so let's try this. Let's try the white one. It's a 50-50 shot as to which one it is here. Okay, the white one I'm getting a signal. And black. Okay, I'm getting a signal right to the plug. Okay, so I've got continuity between the main board. So this tells me I have continuity between the main board and the PCB board. Now, possibility there could be an issue with the thermistor going right into the Revo. I don't know. How do I check the thermistor going into the Revo? So let's see if I can get this thermistor plugged back in easily. And again, it could be the bed for all I know. Okay, thermistor plugged back on. Okay, so what to check next? This is the part that takes the patience when it comes to these things. Okay, so we've got signal. So I can plug this back into the board. And I believe that went right in the middle here. Yes, it did. And I already checked that the correct I already checked that the correct port is assigned in the printer config file, and it is. I already double checked that. Now, I mean, I don't know. Beyond this, I don't know if it could be an issue with the board. So let's see the bed thermistor is CT chamber thermistor. The red one is the bed thermistor. Let's make sure that's the bed thermistor. Okay, so we have the bed thermistor coming from the bed. And it is underneath all that goop. So how do I know if the bed thermistor is performing? You have a spare generic 3950 with a JST connector crimped to it, plug in for testing purposes. Oh, okay. So I guess I got to take the bed off and check the thermistor under the bed. Do I really? I wonder what, like, well, I guess now I'm going to try something. I'm going to try something here. Let's plug you in. Let's disconnect the bed thermistor. I know we're going to get an error. But I want to see if it changes. Let's turn you on without the bed thermistor plugged in. We're going to cause confusion and mass hysteria here. I've never troubleshooted a Voron 2.4 before, but I assume it's just basic, process of elimination. Let's eliminate what it could be. If we find out what it's not, it's easier to find out what it is, in my opinion. I'm just stoked that there was no smoke when I fired this thing up. Unplug, check continuity and ohms on the bed thermistor itself. Oh, I see. Okay. So, okay. Let me do that first. So basically check the ohms coming off the thermistor right here. Continuity. Let's do the continuity first. Make sure we are getting a signal. We are. Okay, there's no continuity. Let's check our ohmage. Ohmage? Is ohmage a word? So I should be setting it to 20K ohms. 0. Now, forgive me, I'm a little not knowledgeable when it comes to checking for ohms. Am I supposed to be just checking the two thermistor wires together to see if I get a continuity signal in ohms. Because I get nothing. Let's see. Oh, 200. It's probably what I want. I'm probably set in the wrong setting. So I'm getting no ohmage reading. Ohmage, is that a word? That's a little bit above my pay grade. I also use it to first power up and get the board set up with Clipper on the desk, as it will shut down if no thermistors are plugged in. Oh, okay. Got to be a reasonable explanation to what's going on here. Okay. No, the heater thermostat goes direct to the heater, to the bed thermostat goes direct to the bed. It doesn't run through the breakout. No. The hot end thermistor runs through the breakout, but we determined that the hot end thermistor is getting a signal complete through the breakout right up to the hot end. So I believe the breakout board is fine. Mystery is afoot. Now, will this show me, am I testing from one side of the thermistor wire, like both thermistor wires? Am I just connecting them together to see if I get a signal? Because I'm getting nothing. Oh, hang on. There we go. Okay. I didn't have the meter set high enough. If I set it on a 200K, I'm getting 123 ohms. If I set it on the 2000K, 123 ohms. So I'm getting a signal of 123 ohms from the bed thermistor. So I assume that's good. Let's do that with the hot end thermistor. Hot end thermistor. $120 ohms. 12.3-ish. If I go up to 20 million, 20 M, let's see. Yeah, no, it's I'm getting, so for the hot end thermistor, come on. Yeah, I'm getting 119 ohms. And for the bed thermistor, it's just hard to get these pins in. 123 ohms. So I'm getting, to me, that tells me the thermistors are okay. So Voron noob, change the heat bed thermistor to NTC 3950-100K. Okay, well, let me plug these back in. Let me plug these bad boys back in the right spot. Okay, let me fire it up, and we'll try that. I'll try anything, because I'm so new to this and so new to the troubleshooting, but this is how we learn. This is how we learn it. Okay, let's fire it up and see what happens. If it's not set right, you'll see this error. Okay, cool. Let's see. So, because the heat bed thermistor right now is set to generic. Okay, so let's go back over to the display 2. Let's go back and launch mainsail 10.0.0.222. There we go. The error is going to come up any second now. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and change that heat bed thermistor type to, can I actually, oh, I'll just have to type it in. I can't copy and paste out of there. Where you're commenting on YouTube. Yeah, I don't have my YouTube window open. Okay, so let's go down to the heat bed. And let's cut out generic 3950. And we'll put in NTC 3950 100K. Save and restart. Hey, 3D Experiments. Deprecated. It's a big word. Unknown temperature sensor. NTC 3950 100K. Unknown temperature sensor. Okay. So now NTC 100K beta 3950. What's deprecated mean? I honestly, I'm seriously don't know what the word deprecated means. Where's my bed? There it is. 100K beta. NTC. Oh, obsolete. Okay. NTC 100K. Is that going to do anything, or is that, did I type that wrong? Okay, so let's go back to where it was. Oh, generic 3950 to replace it. Okay. So we're going to come up with that same error here anyways. There we go. ADC is out of range. Generally occurs when a heater temperature exceeds its configured min temp or max temp. Once the underlying issue is corrected, use the... Somebody asked me earlier if I have a spare thermostat, but the thermostat's built right into the Revo nozzle. So... Oh, hey, Jerry. Sorry, I didn't see it either there. I've just been very, very focused here. Thanks, Jerry, for saying hi. And sorry if I missed anybody coming in here. We're just kind of, yeah. Oh, do I have any thermostors around that I can plug directly into the main board to narrow it down? Oh, good point. Let's just see. I have, I believe, excellent point. Somewhere, where did I put it? Right here. This kit came with a Symantec 104NT4 thermistor. So this I got within this kit, and I didn't use it because I had the Voron or the Revo, but I do have a thermistor right here. It's a hot end thermistor, and the model is Symantec 104NT-4. Okay, so you're saying plug this into the board in place of the hot end thermistor that's there. plug this into the board. Okay, but you know what? You should shut the board down before you unplug and plug plugs in. There we go. And then we'll plug this in. So now we just have a thermistor hanging off the board. Ah, okay. Let's power it on and see what happens. I totally forgot about that. I have a hot end heater cartridge and a hot end thermistor because they don't know what kind of hot end I was going to use. So they send you obviously the cartridge and the thermistor. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's go ahead. We're fired up again. Go ahead and see what happens here with this thermistor hanging off the board. Okay, I probably didn't quite wait quite long enough for it to load. There we go. Let's see what happens. No, same thing. Let's do a firmware restart and see if it does the same thing, just because. Ooh, see, it goes to the, it goes there and then it boots out. Same issue. So that's with a if same result change to the other one. Oh, I see what you mean. If it so change it to the bed now and see if it does the same thing. Okay. Good point. Will this thermistor still work on the bed? Yeah, well, I guess it will. Why not? It's a thermistor, right? Okay, so we'll take that off. We'll unplug the thermistor I just plugged in. We'll put the original hot end thermistor back in. Unplug the bed thermistor. Plug this into the bed thermistor. I think. And let's see what happens. See what we get. Gotta love this stuff. And that was the right thermistor typeset in the config file. Okay, let's see what happens here. Same thing. So we've tried the spare thermistor in the, although the thermistor that's in the bed will probably have to be reconfigured because it's not going to read the right kind of thermistor now. I went too far, sorry. So if I change this, if I copy this, generic 3950, tell it it's this kind, it's going to come up the same error, I'm sure. 50. Yeah. Same thing. So let's go back to the printer config. Let's change that back. Save it. And pin assignments for thermistors. Yeah, okay. I checked that yesterday, but I might have overlooked something. Okay, printer config. Extruder. Heater pin. Sensor pin. PF4. And that's right. PF4 is right. I did double check that. I'll leave this on while I'm looking at this. So PF4 for the hot end thermistor, which is correct according to the pinout. And then for the bed thermistor, PF3, which is the one right next to it. So those are correct. Which octopus is it? It is the which octopus version do I have here? It's the oh, my foot. I think it's the Octopus 1. It's not the Pro. It's not the Pro. Let me check. I don't know. I can't even. Yeah, it's just the Octopus. It's not the Pro. Big Tree Tech Octopus on the board, and I'm trying to read the version. I can't quite see the version number on the board here. Hang on a sec. Yeah, it's just the Octopus, not the Octopus Pro. But I checked the pinouts yesterday, and they did say, oh, hang on, big noise. They did say PF3 and PF4. Hey, Tron. It's either a 446 or 429. It is a... Oh, man. Where am I finding that info on the board itself? STM32F446. 446. Did I configure the for a 446 in my 446? So we're a 446. It's got me questioning when I made the bin file. Okay. Did I try with no thermistors plugged in? No, I didn't. Yeah, that isn't that tough, Zen? Yeah. Let me power this off. I didn't try with no thermistors to see if I get what kind of an error I get. But I could do that. It's easy enough to do. Take the spare thermistor out. So theoretically, with no thermistors, it should give me a different kind of error. Oh, it'll error the same. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, same error, exactly the same error. Yeah. Okay, so might as well plug these in because the thermistors, I think the thermistors are fine. I was getting signals from them. Obviously it's a port issue or it's a configuration issue. Make menu config and check what you configured processor for. Make menu config. Oh, is that in the PuTTY? Okay, let's turn this back on so I can connect. Let's turn this back on so I can connect. Okay, PuTTY, where are you, my PuTTY buddy? There you are. Okay. Let this connect. I got to make sure this is fired up, and I think we're good. But we're not quite good yet. It's not quite finding the pi yet. There we go. Okay, so make menu config. Do I have to be in the clipper? I do, yeah. CD / clipper make menu config. 446. 446. I think that was right. Yeah, so I have the right board. So I have it processed for the processor model STM32446, which 32F446. Yeah. Yeah. So that is correct. Not my problem. So that's not the problem. It jumps on. Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm running out of time for this today because I got another 15 minutes. I got to go pick up the child. If you have a chamber thermistor defined but not plugged in, then it will throw an error too. Oh, let's look at the chamber thermistor. Let's just see. Chamber, would that? Chamber temp. Oh, there is a sensor type defined, but I don't have a sensor for the chamber. Ooh, I wonder. Let's comment these out. Because I'm pretty sure there's no chamber thermistor in there right now anywhere. Ooh, let's comment all this out. Let's see what happens. Look who found the solution, Zen. I would never have thought. Oh, Printer Team 5130, thank you so much. Hopefully I am. Zen, I love you, man. Look at what you helped me with here. See, I would have never thought of that. I never would have thought of that. Okay. This is a huge leap forward. All I can do is say thank you, man. Really, thank you. That takes a little bit of stress off my mind right now as to what's going on. So at least it is Zenbender that figured that out. Yeah. He said if you have a chamber thermistor defined but not plugged in, it will throw an error. If anybody thought of that earlier and I missed it, I apologize. But I don't recall anybody saying that. And if you did, I apologize. So the config file, I got the config file from, I'll show you where I got the config file. Here we go. I was following the LDO electronics instructions, which I should. Once we got to the end of the wiring instructions for the LDO kit, it says, remember to use the LDO clipper config file, which has been customized based on connections in this wiring guide. I went here. I copied the config file and used this as my config file. So obviously this config file has the chamber thermistor enabled. Now, from what I understand, I don't recall missing a step. I don't have a chamber thermistor. But I don't think I do. Now, let's just see. Thermistor. Oh, wonder if this. No. I have a probe. I don't recall unless that. Okay. Silly me. What does a chamber thermistor look like? Like the only thermistor that I have found is this one. And to me, that's a hot end thermistor. Okay. Unless that can be used as a chamber thermistor, I don't know. Can you just stick this up in a hole, plug this in, and this acts as a chamber thermistor? Oh, Zenbender has been so much help to me. Everybody's been so much help to me, but Zenbender tends to find the difficult answers for me. But I don't have anything other than that thermistor I just showed you, unless Nevermore V5 kit. No, that's nothing to do with the chamber. So is it that simple that that would be not the barrel on the end? Yeah, I don't recall in all of my packages seeing any other type of thermistor. It wouldn't be in the Nevermore package, would it? No. On the toolhead board. Oh, the toolhead board may have it. Oh, so the hot ends are the same. They just put the barrel onto the covering. The actual thermistor in white boron nitride. Yep, the toolhead board may have it. Okay, now, that being said, now you got me curious. I got to go in 10 minutes, but that's okay. We got 10 minutes to look at this. I'm curious about this. The toolhead board that came with, I didn't use it because I went to a Stealthburner. So the toolhead board, the original toolhead board, where did I put it? It's not in there. Let me have a look at the original toolhead board. Right here. Here's the toolhead PCB. So there's the original toolhead PCB, which I don't believe has a thermistor. No, I don't see any thermistor built into that. So let's see. If you're using the HARC T SB board, it plugs in there. Hey, G Funny Money. Hey, Nonstick. Yeah, it was a sort of a impromptu stream because I had the day off today. So I've been streaming trying to get the I put the 2-part PCB on the Stealthburner, which is awesome. And then we tried to figure out the error I was getting from my stream on Sunday. And Zenbender is the genius who figured out that it was the thermistor was activate. What's the word? The chamber thermistor was set on, and it had to be commented out in the printer config file. Okay, anyways, I don't see anything to do with a chamber thermistor. I'm just overlooking something. If you have one, if you're using the HARC board, it plugs into there, but there's no thermistor, blah, blah. So I was using an original HARC board, and I don't think there was a thermistor plugged into this one. No, because I was getting the same error with this board, which I replaced with a 2-part. This is the one that Zilter 21 had sent me. It's the LDO toolhead board that has it. The LDO toolhead board. Okay. Yeah, so I went from this, and we put the 2-part a 2-piece thermistor on it so we can plug the Stealthburner in and out. The LDO tool head, which I just had, I don't believe had a thermistor on it, or it does. I just don't know what I'm looking for. It was being activated when it shouldn't have been. It was throwing up an error saying min temperature, blah, 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 because it was looking for a thermistor that wasn't there. So, and as you see now, we have, I got a lot more to go here, but boom, we've launched into Clipper. So we're good. We're good to start doing our little testing, our motion testing, all sorts of different things. But I got to correct all these errors. Okay, virtual SD card is not defined. Pause resume is not defined. G-code macro, blah, 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 blah. We'll have to fix all these things up. We got to go ahead and check for updates, which I think everything is updated. Yeah, everything is updated. So, yeah. Yeah. So far, so good. I don't think there's a chamber thermistor on it. No, you're looking at it in wiring diagram. So no chamber thermistor. So why they have it uncommented is a mystery then. Thermistor and filament sensor JST connector on the board. Those are the two things the connector can hook up to, only can use one. Oh, I get it. Okay. Interesting. But let me shut this down for now because I am going to be taking off shortly. We've been going for 2.5 hours. That's not bad. I'm happy with what we got done. So let me unplug this sucker. So we managed to put the 2-part PCB in here. Sorry, the microphone's in the way. I can actually raise that up and lower this part. Like that, so you can hear me better. There we go. So we got the 2-part PCB in here. I've just got to put the cover on here. I realize that I am missing my signal wire for the, there's no signal wire in there for the, see, my brain is overloaded right now. For the LED, that's called the NeoPixel. So I need a signal wire for the NeoPixel. So I have to run that signal wire all through my cable chains now, which I'm going to be very patient and do just one little ling at a time. Boop, 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 boop. And so we need to have that plugged in there, but I have to switch the plug because it's only a 2-plug thing. And the one I have is for a 4-plug, which was for the original hot end. Yeah. So we got this done for the most part. I just got to run one more wire through here. The clicky probe was done. The clicky probe is lined up and working. I just have to obviously do the clicky probe configuring. And then we figured out the issue with the chamber. There's no chamber thermistor plugged in here. I think actually there might be a plug in here called chamber thermistor. I thought there was, but I didn't plug anything into it. Anyways, doesn't matter. We have a bad thermistor, we have a hot end thermistor, and we have a chamber thermistor plugged in here, but it doesn't go anywhere. So chamber thermistor is going from the board to the breakout board, okay, to the PCB here. And then it's going from the PCB to whatever, but it's not, there's nothing plugged into it. So I can obviously put a chamber thermistor in there if I choose to. I'm trying to see which plug it was for the chamber thermistor here. X, end stop, ABL, part fan, chamber thermistor right here. So the chamber thermistor is plugged into the breakout board, the PCB here, but there is nothing, obviously up top here, I've got nothing plugged into the chamber thermistor, which no, I don't. All I have plugged in here is the clicky probe, or the probe wire. And there is a plug on here for the thermistor, I believe. It's the same breakout as this one, and it could be the auxiliary one. Yeah. So anyways, that's kind of where we're at. So that's what we've gotten to. So it's all good. Am I having a bank holiday on Monday? It's still up in the air. It was on the news during the day today. First of all, I think it's only going to be a government holiday, so a federal government holiday. Yeah, I don't know. Not my business is open Monday. I'm not giving our staff the day off. Well, our one staff member, we're open Monday. We're going to work. I don't think it's fair to small businesses to all of a sudden say, "Hey, everybody, take a day off to mourn the Queen." I heard a good thing today, and I'm sorry, I don't usually talk politics or this, but this is. I heard a good thing on a talk show today that said, "You know what we need to do? Canada, we have and I think Canada is the only one, I'm not sure, but we have a holiday in May called Queen Victoria Day. It's Victoria Day to celebrate the death of Queen Victoria, who died over 100 years ago." They said, combine Queen Victoria Day with Queen Elizabeth Day, call it Queen Elizabeth Victoria Day or something. And that's the day we get off. I don't think we need another stat holiday in Canada. I think that's ridiculous to have another stat holiday in Canada. It's not fair to small businesses to have to pay their staff for yet another stat holiday. That's just my rant. I'm done. You love how easy that spins? Yeah, it's great to build these things on a little Lazy Susan table. So did the same thing on my rat rig. So it's the aux connector. Use center and left pins for filament sensor and right pins for chamber thermistor. Oh, okay. I don't have a sensor, so I may put one on or whatever. It came over here in the UK. Oh, okay. It's become one over in the UK. Has it become just a single day holiday, or has it become a holiday every year now? You use the one-piece board in your 2.4. However, you have not changed your chamber thermistor to use it at the tool head. Okay. I'm not worried about a chamber thermistor for now. I just want to get this thing running, up and running. If I can get PLA and PETG and ABS running good, which I should be able to without a chamber thermistor, I'm good. And then if I ever want to get into the higher temperatures, then I'll look at it for sure. It looks good. Yeah. But you think it looks good there. Watch when you stand it up. It's even better. I've actually I'm going to have to put the bottom on eventually, but I've got accustomed to lifting this sucker. It's about what? I don't know, 40 pounds maybe. But yeah, it's pretty fun. And I love the colors I went with. I'm kind of happy with this. I'll be glad when I get it printing. So let's see if I threw my clicky probe out of alignment. Let's just see. Come on back. And it comes back, picks up the probe, probes the bed, comes back, and drops the probe off. No, it works good. It's just a matter of getting the config file for that clicky probe working now. So, woohoo. Yeah, so we'll see. You're still rewiring your 2.4 to all FEP wiring. FEP. It's laying on the side with half the wires ripped out. I sidelined it to finish the Voron like a FEP wiring. Is that flat wiring, the FEP? Flat something. Anyways. That's the thing I'm not too sure, as I like to announce today. I presume every year, at least after the first year. Yeah. And I mean, I respect the Queen. Trust me, she's been the Queen all my life. But another stat holiday, no, because then what's going to happen? King Charles is eventually going to pass on, and the day he does his funeral, they're going to have another stat holiday and another stat holiday, yada yada yada. Yeah, they got to draw the line somewhere. Fully respect her, but combine her with Queen Victoria's day. So yeah. Jeff Thorson. That was the issue. Zenbender came up with the answer for that, and that's exactly what it was, Jeff. The chamber thermistor was enabled. We commented it out, and we're laughing. We're off to the races. So, yeah. But hey, you're the second one to come up with it. He just beat you to it. So, yeah. You think only the Queen due to the longest reign? Yeah. How long did Queen Victoria reign? I don't remember, but yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. I cannot see, looking down the bloodline of the Queen for the next. So we have King Charles, and it's going to be kings for a while, of course, because of the bloodline. I cannot see anybody reigning any longer than Queen Elizabeth did. 70 something years. She started reigning when she was 25 years old in 1952. That's incredible. Hard shell, thick like PTFE, but rated for drag chains. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay. Or the FFC you're thinking of. Oh, is that the flat wire, the FFC? I saw a Voron build. I think it was at the ERF or Murph. And it was was it a Voron build? It was the sweetest wiring I've ever seen. It was all white wires that were flat and they just flowed. It was sexy. It was awesome. So yeah, Elizabeth II for 70 plus years. That's incredible. Nobody will ever do that. So I don't think that'll ever happen again. That was just circumstances made it so that I believe it was her father who wanted to step aside and she was next in line. Yeah, that's never going to happen again. FEP wiring has more strand count than the equivalent of PTFE wiring from what you've seen. Okay, cool. KB3D cells, FEP wiring. I bought 20 and 24 AWG gauge and 70 meter spools. Wow, nice. That's cool. Well, I got to run here, guys. It's been a good 2.5 hours. Thank you very much, everybody. Did I show off my new tools? I got some new tools. I think I did. I got these really cool new wire strippers. I finally decided I got those automatic ones that kind of split it, but they don't work well. They were cheap. These were 20 or 30 bucks. So I said, okay, let's just get a decent pair of these. These work incredibly well. They go all the way down to 24 AWG, all the way up to 10. That covers everything I'll ever need. And these things are extremely sharp and they work really well. And then there was the, I don't remember what else it was. I got a couple of little more helpful things here. So, okay, well, we got to go. Yeah, you missed most of it, but hey, we got the problem solved. Zenbender, as always. Thank you, man. That meant a lot. You came up with that solution. I honestly wouldn't have come up with that myself. I would never have thought of that, but now it's in here because I'm sure that'll happen to somebody down the road. So yeah, these ones are especially a good one. If you get a good one, it's extremely sharp, and it goes all it just works like a hot knife through butter. So okay, so I have to yeah, I agree with you, nonstick. Yeah, that's a whole other conversation. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching. Fortunately, I recorded this stream as well because I'm going to take parts of it. Not the struggling parts, but parts of it for building that 2-part PCB and use that and hopefully make a video of that soon so I can put it up so some people can maybe benefit from it. So I'll talk to all you guys later. Have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it is for you right now. And we'll talk to all you guys a little bit later. Thanks so much. Take care.